everyone and welcome back to English with Atra. Today I have a vocabulary lesson for you. Please, sorry, I'm tired, I'm bored, I'm sad and I'm fine are the words and phrases that we find ourselves using over and over again, and they are incredibly common. So today in this video I'll provide you some alternatives for these words and phrases. These alternatives will enhance your vocabulary and will make you sound better in English. Before we start our lesson, make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Now let's get started. Starting with alternatives for the word please. I'll ask to pass me the salt in several ways. So the very first, the very prime and the very obvious alternative for the word please is the word kindly. So we can say, kindly pass me the salt. Another common alternative could be, would you mind? Would you mind passing me the salt? A bit formal one will be, I would really appreciate it if you could pass me the salt. Now a bit informal one will be, would you be able to? Would you be able to pass me the salt? Another formal alternative could be, I don't suppose you could. I don't suppose you could pass me the salt. Next we have alternatives for the word sorry. So these first two are kind of similar. It was so thoughtless of me. It was so thoughtless of me to spill water on you last night. It was really careless of me. It was really careless of me to not pick you up. Aren't they similar? You can use these two alternatives formally and informally. Now the next two alternatives are formal. I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology for calling you so late. And the another formal one is, I take full responsibility for my actions in that board meeting. Now the last dramatic alternative is, I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Right, these were your 6 alternatives for the word sorry. Now let's look at alternatives for I'm fine. You can say, I couldn't be better. This means that you are so happy that you couldn't be happier than this. Sometimes if you feel that this phrase is too intense for you, then you can just say, could be better, meaning I can be happier. The next one we have is, not bad, thanks. This means that you are not sad nor happy. You are something in the middle of sad and happy. Now we say thank you for asking the question how are you or how's it going. The next one is, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Now as fit as a fiddle is an idiom used to say that everything is good. I'm as fit as a fiddle. We also have life is going good, meaning that everything's fine. You can also say I'm doing well, which again means that everything is going good and there's nothing extraordinary to tell. Right, these are your alternatives for I'm fine. Before we move on, make sure you've subscribed to my YouTube channel and hit the bell icon. Now let's look at alternatives for I'm sad. Firstly, you can say I'm gutted. I'm gutted that you didn't help me with my homework. Gutted obviously means sad, upset, annoyed. We can also say I'm devastated. I was absolutely devastated on my first day of school. Now devastated is a bit intense. It really means violent, angry, or rather annoyed. We can also say I'm feeling really down or low. I'm feeling really down about your brother's death. Really down or low means upset, sad. Some other alternatives could be, I'm not doing well recently. I'm not doing so great. If someone says to you that, yeah, I'm not doing well, I'm not doing great recently, then you should listen to them and sympathize them, because they are probably trying to tell you that they are suffering a hard time. Now the last alternative is, I'm a bit down with the dumps. This means that you are sad, upset, and again not in a good mood. Now let's look at alternatives for I'm tired. Now of course this section cannot be without I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted means really tired. We also have I'm worn out. Now worn out is a phrasal verb, and if you don't know what phrasal verbs are, check out my video about phrasal verbs. The link is also in the description box. So worn out means a thing is used to its full and cannot be used anymore. Like shoes, when their sole gets thin, they get worn out. We can use worn out to describe people too, like I'm totally worn out, I can't work anymore. Another slang British phrase would be, I'm knackered. I'm totally knackered, I'm absolutely knackered. So again, knackered means tired. We can also say I'm totally done in. Now done in is another phrasal verb. I'm totally done in. We also have I'm completely drained or I'm completely sapped, meaning I'm exhausted, I'm knackered. I can't work anymore. You can use I'm completely drained or I'm completely sapped at the end of the day when you have finished all your work. So now we've got the last section about alternatives for I am bored. These first two are quite dramatic. They are I'm bored to death, I'm bored to tears. Aren't they really dramatic? I'm so bored that you could die or I could cry. Another dramatic alternative could be, it's like watching paint drying. Now suppose you're in a boring lecture or boring science lecture and you just feel bored. Then you can say, it's like watching paint drying. Now the next alternative is, I'm bored stiff, meaning I'm so bored that my body has gone rigid. Now just adding the word stiff to this boring phrase will make it so interesting. Now if someone is a boring person, if someone isn't quite interesting, then you can say, he's a total bore. He's a total bore. Right, that's it for today. These were your over 30 alternatives. Just to remind you, we looked at alternatives for please, sorry, I'm bored, I'm tired, and sad, and I'm fine. Watch this video over and over again, note these alternatives, and practice these alternatives in your daily life. Doing this will really enhance your vocabulary. If you like this lesson, leave it a like and comment. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to check out these two videos. I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.